What's going on, everybody? Your man, Eric C. Wilson. A lot of you know me from the sports arena. However, this is my new venture for 2021. I decided to step out of my comfort zone and kind of talk to people outside of the world of sports. I mean, I'm sure they got a love for sports just like I do, but as we know, there's more to life than just that. So this is the debut edition of the Eric C. Wilson Show. Uh, Thank you to everybody who's been supporting me along this journey, but this is just an extension of who I am. So get ready. With that being said, I want to welcome in my very first guest, this young man who was born in Ohio. He grew up and dreamed of pursuing music, and that's what he's doing right now, living in Los Angeles. Please help me welcome in Storm, aka Storm.
How's it going? What's up, y'all?
How are you?
Good. I'm doing well. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing very well. Thank you so much, like I said, for joining me on my debut edition of my show. I had to show some love to you because you are an LA rapper, also entrepreneur. And I just wanted to take some time and talk to you about, first off, you were born in Ohio.
Yes, sir.
How you get to LA?
So, basically what happened, I was going to school. I'd always done music when I was a kid, as far as like being a part of music classes and writing and different things like that. And as I was in school, I met a friend who wanted to come out to LA. He was pursuing singing as a songwriter and singer. And then he kind of, we did a couple tracks together. He's like, bro, I think you have really what it takes. Have you ever thought about doing that as a career? And so, I had thought about it, but, never really put two and two together, and then kind of went for it and, packed all my stuff up and came out and did it.
Wow. I mean, and that's the journey of so many people. They just, something inside of them moves them to pursue whatever path they choose. So, I mean, first of all, congratulations on recognizing what your talent is. And then number two, honing your craft to be in the position that you're in. So take me through, life of a rapper. And then also I want to get into the entrepreneurship side of things. But listen, I'm a fan of music just like the next person.
Right.
So what was it that made you decide to go the hip hop era, the rap era, not the hip hop or the R&B or the jazz or the oldies? What was that? What was that?
For me, I mean, hip hop and rap, they are pretty synonymous, like pretty similar. I chose to go the rap route just because, when I started listening to artists that kind of influenced me, it was more of the rap style. But I have been kind of dabbling in both. But as far as like my musical inspirations, I'd say like, when I first started listening to music, it was like I was listening to Criss Cross, Run DMC. Like that's when I first learned as a kid, like writing and performing that way and listening to their lyrics. And then when I decided, figuring out how to make it a business type of thing is when I was really listening to Kanye West and 50 Cent. And both of them were artists that came around the same time, but were, dynamically different. Kanye was kind of the backpack producer rapper, college, he did College Dropout, kind of more on that side, kind of like poppier, rap. And then you had 50 Cent, who was, straight, gangster rap from New York. But it was, just seeing both of them as businessmen and seeing both of them in the industry and how they worked the industry and their writing really inspired me to go that route. Just seeing, like I said, seeing two different personalities, but still being able to figure out their own lane and show that whether, like I said, whether it's backpack rap or gangster rap, you can find your lane and your story.
And that's the biggest piece. It's taking from those who have come before you, finding what you can get from them that works, and then utilizing it to carve out your own path. And I know a lot of great artists and just a lot of great people. That's what they do. They pick from those who have come before them, from the greats, and then they implement that into who they are, and it helps hone their craft. So I'm so excited that you said that, because it shows to me that not only are you a man who is about his music, but you are about his knowledge as well. So let's talk to the entrepreneurial side of things. Talk to me about what you have going on there, what businesses you are starting up, and just, what your thought process is, especially given 2020, how it's been. what's 2021 going to look like for Storm, aka Storm?
So 2021, I'm trying to venture more into licensing as far as the entrepreneur side. Been looking into, different companies that do licensing for TV shows or radio or, TV shows, video games, advertisements, different things like that, and trying to learn that route as far as the side of music. I've always also thinking about songwriting for other artists, um, looking into investments as well, and trying to set up my own studio so that I can help facilitate other artists as well as continue my dream and my goals as well. Working on, I have projects I'm trying to release. I have music videos that I'm trying to do, but as far as a new venture, I'm trying to focus a little more on licensing as a way of getting into the industry deeper.
Yeah. And that's great because you have that forward thinking of not only setting yourself up for success, but others as well. I love the whole studio idea along the mindset of, creating this, knowing that there is still that undiscovered talent that is still yet to come in. You have the ability and get the drop on them early so that
Mhm.
they know and understand the business side of things as well as just, doing what they love to do and honing their own craft. So I'm
Right.
very excited for this. So I know without getting into too much detail, because I understand a lot of people they play stuff close to the chest. I'm like that as well. Can you give the viewers at least just one little tidbit of what you're having? What's one of your plans, one of your goals, something that you're doing that we can get excited about and be on the lookout for?
Um, Man, really, I'd say really my album I'm very excited about. The new album I'm dropping is called Labels. So it's gonna be an album basically talking about how um, whether I think for a lot of artists, the big question is whether you go independent or whether you go with a record label. And so the whole idea was to kind of show and talk about how joining a label can kind of they'll change your image. And being an independent, you get to choose what type of artist you want to be. You get to choose how you want your image to be put out. But it's also harder to get the distribution. It's also harder to get certain advertisements and different things like that. So it was my way of kind of explaining and kind of giving hindsight to those who don't truly understand or can't decide which one to go with, along with talking about just being a Black male in America, and talking about like the labels that are put on you even as that, or even just as a man in America. So I'm very excited about that project. I'm very excited to kind of showcase all of that and release another project that I really care about.
Nah, real talk. That's huge. And I want to say thank you from a personal perspective as a brother that there are still young men such as yourselves out there who are keeping that conversation going because we definitely need to have it. Whether
Yes,
you
sir.
do it in word or you do it in song or whatever you do it in, thank you for having that conversation. Man, Storm, aka Storm, joining me on the debut edition of my show, the Eric C. Wilson Show. Brother, have a happy holiday. I look forward to your new album dropping. I look forward to seeing where else this world takes you, man. Thank you so much for
Thank
joining.
you. Thank you so much for having me. Truly appreciate it.
No one have a great day. Peace.